Let's get this done.
Let's get this done.
Let us obtain this grain.
Let's get this done.
Get her done.
Welcome.
What?
Welcome to...
Welcome to,
Yeah, we haven't figured this part out yet.
We haven't.
No.
That was actually going to be our first subject.
Yeah, our first thing.
Welcome to Untitled Podcast.
Untitled Podcast, Episode 1, Season 1.
Season 1.
Series 1.
The
Series
pilot
1,
episode.
Regeneration 1.
Origins, the beginning.
Yes.
Dawn of...
The prequel.
Dawn of the Sun of the beginning of the origins.
Of the apes.
Apes.
Of the
you
bride.
beat me to it.
Ah, shoot. Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
You know
That's a
what?
first question.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, good.
Hey, dingus.
Whoa.
That's too
You've
filthy.
gone too far.
This is... watch his mom listens to this.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna... I'll probably advertise the fact that it'll have language in it.
It's like, CW.
Yeah.
Somebody says fuck once.
In
Well,
the entire
there it is.
series.
We did it.
That's it. That's the one time.
This is how we keep our PG-13 rating. So
parents, guide your children.
Yeah.
13.
Let's get this dawns.
Yeah. So, welcome to this podcast. I decided to start. You may remember.
We decided to
No,
start.
yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I was told about it.
Yeah.
You were in the car when we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah.
I just remember you telling me afterwards, hey, you want to start a podcast with Connor?
Well, we were all three of us in the car talking about it. It's like, hey, it'd be fun if we made a podcast, and you were in the back seat. So
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
bananas, man.
This is like last week.
What?
Yeah.
It wasn't last.
Well, maybe like
week.
2 weeks ago. I don't know.
That's bananas, man.
This is mostly.
Mace Windu?
It's a combination of mainly and mostly. This is mostly what this podcast is gonna.
Yeah, we're improvising this whole thing.
I've got a solid name here. Me, my brother, and another guy.
his brother, and me. But yes, we're going to be improvising basically everything that we do on here.
Wait, Emmett, you didn't get the script?
Maybe we'll come up with some fun
I sent
prompts.
you the PDF.
Maybe we'll come up with some fun prompts at some point to
I've
figure
got
out.
We've
I've
got
got
a
a fun
couple.
prompt. I've got a fun prompt.
Yeah. But let's
We'll save
hold
it.
on to it.
Yes. First thing is finding whatever the frig we're going to call this podcast.
Well, I mean, before we even do that, we should probably formally introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
just
that's
in
a
case.
solid idea.
How rude of us.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm Connor. I'm the voice that you usually hear on this channel.
I'm Emmett. I'm the other voice that you usually hear on this channel.
And I'm special celebrity guest star Sam.
He'll also be here. He's just as much of a regular member of this as the other two.
Me a regular member?
Yes.
I like to think I'm special.
If you were around for our D&D podcast, Sam was around on that too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam
is
was
true.
playing Tredichim Sandpoint.
And leads.
Yeah, that was some good.
That was a good time.
Good
Some
time.
quality tabletop content.
Yeah. But basically what this is going to be, as far as I can tell, is we're just going to be... We've noticed that we just have fun conversations together.
Yeah.
And we feel like other people might enjoy listening to these conversations.
Yeah. And we all do improv too, and this is just
Yeah.
a way to continue to do that.
We all do improv.
Yeah.
We all have our own voice acting capabilities.
Yeah. Especially Sam.
Especially Sam. And so, yeah, we're going to see where it goes from here. First item on the docket, we need
We
a
need
name.
to fucking name this podcast.
Oh, there's two. We lost the PG-13.
There it is.
Well, somebody said
Damn
shit
it.
a couple of times earlier, so it might have also been me, but besides the point. Wow, we're already almost 5 minutes in, and
Oh, yeah.
we've accomplished nothing.
We're approaching an R rating here.
Yeah. Yeah. In any case,
I don't think that's our objective.
so now we've already thrown out his brother and me. So,
I don't know. We got Hanley Thiessen.
yeah, we could do it like a law
Hey,
firm, like Hanley and Thiessen,
Yeah.
or Hanley
Thiessen Hanley.
or Thiessen Hanley and
H2T.
Or guys, how about this? Corporal Bones.
Oh no.
Corporal Bones.
Corporal Bones. Name the show. I'm all alone. Corporal Bones.
If you're looking for context, there is none.
No, there's no way to explain Corporal Bones.
And there's no way that we're naming the podcast
Corporal Bones.
Why not?
Because that doesn't make
doesn't-
sense.
Exactly. It stands out in today's competitive podcast market.
This is our podcast called Corporal Bones that has nothing to do with anything.
Have nothing to do with the military or bones.
Or, the actual content of the podcast,
Yeah.
other than
No,
Sam
guys.
singing Corporal Bones every now and then.
I think that's enough. What is? I'm trying to think of something with a name.
You're right. That is kind of the problem here.
Wait,
isn't it?
hey man,
We don't have much better.
Guys, were the Beatles actually Beatles? Did Shakespeare have a spear?
Yeah, that's a good question,
Yes,
Sam.
truly.
I'm looking around the
Truly.
room. To see
That
if
was a
there's
quote
anything.
from a play by some people I know.
The
I mean,
Provcast. Because improv.
No,
I
I
guess.
hate that. That's the worst.
Okay.
Try harder next time.
Okay. Well, all right.
Comcast? No, that's
No,
Comcast.
that's taken.
that's a large corporation.
Simulcast.
Samuel B.
Samuel B. Codcast.
Hello, folks. It's me, Samuel B. Podcast, here today to bring you the greatest in podcast content. First up on the agenda,
It's not me. Oh, jeez.
Samuel L. Podcast Jackson.
Samuel HB Podcast.
Jackson.
hello, it's me, Samuel HB Podcast Jackson, reminding you, sleep with one eye open.
Nerd.
Then you'd be like a dolphin.
The one podcast to rule them all.
true.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I'm looking around the room and Connor's got the one
Got a
ring
lot
right
of
there.
Wolf Skull? Anyone digging Wolf Skull?
Wolf Skull.
Why did
Hey guys, this is Wolf Skull Podcast. We're badass as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to our comedy podcast, Wolf
Skull. Hey guys, welcome to Wolf Skull. Today we're gonna discuss some knitting patterns. Hey, wow,
That's metal.
and we're gonna be drinking some peace tea. Hey,
Yes, this episode is
special-
sponsored by Peace Tea.
Yes.
Oh.
We can't hold it up.
Snowberry. Well, I can still hold it up. It just doesn't make a difference.
We can
it makes a difference to me, Emmett.
we can make it clanky. I don't know if that's
When you're thirsty, try peace tea.
So
It's our sponsor, so buy their stuff.
Connor just tried to flick an empty bottle of
Can.
an empty can of
I think
iced
they
tea,
know
and
exact-
it didn't even make a ding. Like we were expecting like a metal tinny noise, and it just like.
This podcast is off to a good start.
Yeah, we're
It really
already,
is.
we're like a solid 8 minutes in, or is that 6? Nope, 8. No,
that's 8.
yeah, I'm trying to read
Quality
numbers.
content. Come back next week
Yeah.
when we think of a name.
We gotta figure out a name for this thing. There's
Like worst case scenario,
Drum
we can
stop?
just make this the reboot second season of Comedy Classroom.
where we deviate entirely from the formula to create something
Exactly.
altogether
It's-
unholy.
it's-
So
that's
how
why
about-
it's the reboot.
How about Arlecchino plays some squash?
Who's Arlecchino?
And why is he playing squash?
These are questions that will be answered in later episodes.
Yeah, it's an inside joke from 2 episodes down the road, guys.
Yeah, Arlecchino plays some squash.
That's gonna be one of our prompts. How the hell do you play squash?
It's like tennis, but for rich people.
Ah, right.
Right.
I'm pretty
We need-
sure that's what squash
Isn't that
is.
already tennis?
We're
I
gonna-
mean, yeah, but then there's squash or pickleball. That's for whimsical rich people.
We're gonna need like a Foley team behind this.
What exactly was that supposed to be?
A Foley team.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's the sound a Foley team makes, right?
Yeah, they're one of the many.
I believe they're still human beings.
Are they though?
Yes.
Do Foley teams have rights?
Last time I checked.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, now that we've covered that myriad of topics,
The
Arlecchino plays squash.
what is... Wait.
the Infinity Podcast.
No.
You gotta collect the 6.
Infinicast.
Infinicast.
I guarantee you that's already a thing.
Probably.
Shush.
It's probably some sort of
You know-
weird, like, business finances
Yeah.
podcast.
But I tell you know what isn't already a podcast? Arlecchino plays squash.
I thought you were gonna say Corporal Bones.
That too. I'm doing the heavy lifting on this team, I must say.
Yeah,
Truly.
we're going up for names. Well, I'm thinking. Everything that I've said
The
is
Red
just been thrown out
Uke?
immediately.
The Red Uke.
The
We
Red
haven't
Uke?
played on the Uke yet.
Do you want to give
And
us some-
Arlecchino hasn't played squash yet. What's your point?
Hang on. I gotta put my... Because I'm a stupid... Ooh. What? Oh, that's a nice C7 right there. That's a nice G7 right there.
Oh, that's a nice C-section right there.
Oh, no.
Excuse me?
Oh, dear. Because I've got the one... I'm trying to remember how my... The intro that I used for Comedy Classroom is literally the chord intro for Goat on the Roof.
Oh, nice.
If you remember
Yeah,
that
I remember
hit.
the song. I don't remember how it goes.
I
remember
It was-
it being a song.
It was something like...
Wait, if you play the William Tell Overture, that's not copyrighted. That's why they used it in The Lone Ranger.
Okay.
That's a true fact. The Red Uke.
Welcome to our True
That's-
Fact
Uh,
podcast.
It's the goats on the roof.
The goats on the
Except
Uke
that none of us are from Coombs.
Or goats.
Or on a roof, for that matter. The goats on roofies.
Looks like Arlecchino Plays Squash is still the top contender.
Red Uke is a good one, I think. The Red Uke podcast.
But that makes it sound like we're
A music podcast.
Yeah.
Also, people who just read it might think we're discussing. Anyway, moving on.
Red Uke.
Yeah. Anyway,
They might think we're discussing red ukuleles.
yeah.
Oh no.
That's a
I was
touchy-
thinking they were gonna think we were talking about yaoi fan fiction if they just read it, but I wasn't gonna say it out loud,
I don't even know what that is.
That's
and you never will.
yeah. What else is?
I mean,
okay.
you can go like really literal about it and just be like 3 guys comedy.
I feel like that's taken.
We are 3 guys
It's
comedy.
We're 3 guys. We do comedy.
I'm gonna.
Ooh-wee.
I want to see if there's a potentially. Oh, what the heck?
Hold on.
I'll deal with that later.
Wow, you're looking at your phone during a podcast.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm
guys.
gonna see if there's like a podcast name generator and see what it comes
Before
up
we
with.
do, I have one more. What if we call ourselves Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition?
Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition official podcast.
the surprise on their faces will be ridiculous.
Okay, here's a podcast name generator and instant availability check. So this to
Ooh.
see if it's already taken or not.
Okay.
See if Arlecchino Plays Squash is taken.
Let's not.
I have to enter some keywords.
Oh shit.
Generate.
Comedy,
Improv.
improv.
Satan.
Yeah,
What? Who said that?
I think that's the name of our podcast right there.
Comedy, improv,
Satan. Which one of us is comedy? Which one of us is improv? And which one of us is
I
Satan?
think we all know.
Oh boy.
Hello, and welcome to Comedy Improv Satan. Praise our Dark Lord. Am I right?
Hey.
Hey.
That took me straight to a business name generator.
Oh no.
Well, that's just. Well, a podcast is just a business on the air.
Well, these are all pretty disappointing. Comedy host, improv shout,
Wow, these are garbage.
comedy symbol, improv operator.
And that symbol like a part of a drum, by the way.
Comedy Infinity.
Comedy bridge.
Improv tap ain't bad.
improv tap.
Improv
Improv hotline.
Improv blues?
Hotline bling. Hotline bling.
Wait, guys.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
The improv blues. I'm not sure that was
Improv
blues.
horde.
Improv horde.
Welcome to Improv Horde. Join or die.
Comedy yap.
Some of these are like potentially cool.
Comedy
Yeah,
cornerstone.
I'm not really feeling it.
No, those were the worst. We're going with Arlecchino plays squash.
No, stop it.
All right, then Corporal Bones.
Wait.
Squad help. Nope, not going.
I'm
Let's
just.
Google result number 2.
Wait, guys. Let's think of like a crappy Pokemon and make like make up a crappy
We are-
Pokemon.
There
And
is a
then make
crappy
that our
Pokemon, and we'll talk about that later.
No,
Yeah.
like it's not Loudred. Emmett's a bad person.
Loudred, we'll
gonna talk
get to that.
I'm gonna talk about Loudred.
We'll, that deserves its own segment here
Okay,
because it's
okay. What about super happy furry fun time? Yeah.
the Yif
You
brothers.
lost me.
At
lost
which
me
point
at-
did I? What was the last straw?
Alpha Omega Yif Squadron. Oh God, I hate that.
No.
Yeah, me too.
Random podcast.
But I don't hate furries, and they have every right to do what they want, and it's not nice to bully people. Stay in
Is this
school.
just gonna give me
kids.
like random podcasts or podcast names? Is my question.
All right. What about the Peace Tea Comedy Hour?
Oh, it's literally
That's
just a
totally
podcast called the
branded, though.
Random Podcast.
Yeah,
Random podcast name generator.
that's real clever.
Let
Random
it-
podcast. If you're out there, fight us.
Let it be known that if we hit the podcast big time, that on the first episode of whatever this is going to be called, Emmett was indeed sitting on his phone for at least 10 minutes of it.
It's only been like 3,
And also-
I'm still working on that name generator.
And also,
we're
when
still
we
on
go
the
big-
clock.
When we go big, I'm thinking of like selling orphans for meat as like merch.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Meme dream. I put meme in there.
Meme
boy.
throwdown.
Woohoo! It's meme throwdown.
Meme heritage would be a good title for when we do the history of memes.
Yeah. Yes.
Memetic.
Meme fret.
Oh, guys, I just got a catchphrase.
Meme raw.
Oh God. Oh, meme raw.
Meme raw.
Oh God.
Guys, I got a catchphrase.
What's the catchphrase, Sam?
Memetic.
Whoa, that's like algebraic.
A little bit.
It's like it's
a
Adventure
word-
Time.
Okay, let me workshop a catchphrase here.
You do that. I'm gonna keep.
And you can quote me on that.
Oh.
Let's try brick in my head. Turtle soup. Any of these catchphrases
Wait.
grabbing you guys?
Wait. What's your car? What kind of car do you
It's
have?
a Nissan Versa. My license plate is.
The Versa Comedy Podcast. The Versa Boys.
Versa Boys. Because we thought of it in my car.
That was my thought process.
Nissan.
But then there's also Brick Hang Time.
Oh, dude.
'Cause I-
Brick hang time.
The Versa. I don't know how I feel about that. Because like I also like.
I'm thinking. Well, we've come up with a lot of our conversations that we've wanted to save for the podcast.
In the car.
How about
Either in the
Mattress
car-
Mick?
But like walking out of improv workshop, which is around midnight. So like midnight comedy.
11:08.
The Midnight Drive.
But guys, what about Mick the Mattress?
Hit the hay comedy.
Hit the hay comedy because we're all too freaking tired for this.
You listen to the
Watch
podcast
your
and then
language.
you go the frick to bed.
Hit the hay podcast. I'm gonna look that up and make sure it's whether or not it's
I
taken.
actually kind of like that.
I still like Arlecchino plays squash.
You know, that'll be a bit for like episode.
That's going to be
18.
the title of an episode.
Yeah, it will be. Because it's the title of the series. Hey.
It can't be the title of the series if it can't be the title of an episode if it's already the title of a series.
It totally
This
can be.
isn't- This isn't like a song album sort of thing.
Isn't it?
No,
We're
it's not.
recording.
You know, I think it's not taken.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, welcome to Hit the Hay Comedy.
Hit the hay. Hit the hay comedy or just hit the hay podcast.
But let's spell hey Hey.
Wait! HTH! We did it!
We did it! It's Hanley Decent Hanley.
What? Oh no! No!
How did we do that?
No! Oh!
The HTH podcast. Whether HTH stands for Hanley, Tees, and Hanley or Hit the Hay, you don't know.
H3H3?
HTH.
T.
3.
HTH3.
So do we want to make it Hit the Hay comedy or just Hit the Hay?
I think just Hit the Hay.
I like that.
Hit the Hay.
Hit
Cool.
the Hay podcast.
Welcome to
Featuring Arlecchino Plays Squad.
Welcome to Hit the Hay, y'all.
And 20 minutes in, we
Wait,
got
no.
through our first bit.
We have to have a segment where we talk about alcoholic iced tea called Hit the Hay, y'all.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh.
We should have one episode where we're all drinking hay all.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hit the hay,
And
y'all.
Sam can sit there
Oh, man.
like the sober bastard that he is.
I haven't had a drink in 55 years.
Yeah.
And you've been alive for shorter than that.
Drinking's why my wife left me.
You were never married.
Drinking's why my wife didn't even marry me to begin with.
Why, drinking's why I spent 5 years in prison.
He says to his cellmate.
He says to every person he walks by on the street.
Why, I remember when I first started drinking, I was 3 months old.
And still in the womb.
Why?
Oh no.
My mother didn't like me drinking, but I'd moved out and gotten a job by then.
It's a hard knock life.
Now we've finally gotten to basically what this podcast is gonna be.
Yeah, just a
It's-
bunch of
A bunch of like
shouting.
gold panner voices.
Well, among other
Prospector.
things,
Prospector.
we're just gonna be talking about things, and every now and then we're gonna figure out a bit,
Yeah.
Oh, I've
and
got a
it'll
bit.
probably devolve into just doing voices.
Yeah.
Guys,
pretty
I've got a bit.
much. Okay, Sam. What's
Okay,
your
so me and the cons were having
That's
a sick
me.
convo,
Wow,
as they say.
they
And,
don't say that.
No, they don't. But
Tell us about your sick convo.
I'm glad you gave permission, Emmett, because apparently I need it.
Yes, Sam. Go ahead. Speak. Talk, peasant.
Well, no, I don't want to. Okay, so we're having this sick convo, as the kids say, and
Wait.
Connor said,
Oh, I think I know where you're going with
"Yeah,
this.
I think you do."
Yeah.
He says, "Like, man, that car looks like a transformer." It's like, man,
It was-
Transformers are always really conspicuous cars.
Well, it was like this bright.
Lambo,
It was not
Okay.
a Lambo.
wasn't it?
I
No, it
wasn't
was
privy to this.
it was a bright red Chevy Camaro, and it was like a relatively new one.
So it's
A
like
Lambo.
Bumblebee but red.
A Lambo.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Lambo.
A Rumblebee.
It's not a Lambo. A
Isn't it,
Lambo
though?
is a Lamborghini.
Is it though?
Yes.
Really?
Always has been.
Cool.
That's why they call it Lambo.
Wow.
Lambo.
Anyway,
Gotta get that Lambo. Gotta make that cheddar.
Anyway, how does this go?
Okay.
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, it is. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
basically, I always wondered like if the reason that they turn into vehicles is to disguise themselves.
Robots in disguise.
Exactly. Then why do they all choose really easily noticeable vehicles?
Conspicuous.
So,
Like, why isn't there a freaking like Honda Accord Transformer?
And that's where this conversation went, because I came up with a new transformer. Hatchback.
insert Michael Bay Transformer noise.
And
Nah, man. This is getting directed by the guy that did Bumblebee.
Yeah. It's
He's
doesn't
gonna
have
do
the
it
noise.
properly.
The-
Well, yeah, that's just
Yeah.
the noise
That's
of
just
it.
the Michael
So
Bay
I was thinking,
Transformer
was
noise.
like, so we've got a kick-ass name for our transformer.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Drugs?
That's fair. No, he's
chill. He smokes weed. It's legal.
yeah, he does know that it's legal, but he protects like the suburban neighborhoods. Hatchback. No, Hatchback, you have to help us. I'm late to soccer practice.
The family of
Hop in. You can hotbox me if you want.
the family of 5 that he has befriended just call him Uncle Yaris.
Me transform as a bloody ute.
Oh,
Also,
boy.
wouldn't it be adorable if there was a Transformer Fiat 500?
Or like, one of the cubes.
Yes.
Cube cars.
Freaking
Oh,
Nissan
wait.
Cube.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, the Cube. Prepare for battle. Face my square rap. Right angles.
Wow. Absolutely legendary.
Yeah.
Bumblebee. Make sure that you take your friend Cube with him.
Oh yeah, I'm heading out with Bumblebee. All right.
Well, they can become mechanical things other than cars, right?
Yeah.
So why hasn't one
Theoretically.
why hasn't one just become a crane? I want to see
feel
the
like
crane
there are.
transform.
I want to say there
No,
are.
but the really big ones.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean like the ones they have that like on a skyscraper that
Yeah.
are like not a vehicle?
Because I know for a fact that there's like an excavator transformer.
Yeah, no.
I want one of those big old skyscraper cranes as a transformer.
That would be so awkward.
It's like
wait, guys.
That's what I would be as a transformer.
Wait, no, guys.
here I am, inconspicuous.
guys. It's me, Hooker.
Oh no!
Is he a Decepticon or an Autobot?
He's an Autobot. Leave your prejudice at home, Emmett. Also, what does it matter whether he's a Decepticon or an Autobot? Leave your prejudice at home, Emmett.
I mean, it's
There's nothing
kind of
else to
like
say.
Slytherin House, where I feel like the Decepticons really badly need to rebrand themselves.
I mean, aren't the Decepticons like, Wait, well, no. If you look at
What?
the canon, well, at first the
What are they?
If you
saying?
look
This is
at
our first if you look at the canon moment.
if you look at the canon,
Get that printed on a t-shirt.
if you look at the canon, originally the Decepticons were noble rebels against Autobot oppression. But then, once they took power, they began oppressing the Autobots, and now the Autobots are noble warriors against Decepticon oppression.
That's great. I'm gonna put that on pause because I kept thinking about that. If you look at the cannon, and the T-shirt would just be a guy standing in front of an actual cannon.
We Cromwelled him. We gave him a Cromwell. That's our first Cromwell of the podcast, folks.
We did it.
We've reached our first Cromwell.
All right, well, we peaked. This is the last episode
This
of the
is it.
podcast, everybody.
It's been a good night.
It's
Wow.
been a slice.
It's been a podcast.
Sure.
Oh,
well,
Lordy.
debatable.
So, seeing as I don't know, like, who's gonna be listening to this
I
first
will.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all gonna listen to it.
We're
like
all
3
we
times
all
each.
listen to our own content.
We're gonna click on the
obviously.
ads too.
I have an ad blocker on my laptop, so
You
Turn
can't
it
even
off
make
for
your
a
own
minute on
AdSense.
your own video. Like,
dude,
don't turn your ad blocker off
Dude.
on your own video. Click on some of
Dude.
your ads.
dude, I got 95 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not worried about revenue right now.
Fair.
Like,
Listen, think of the YouTuber who you are depriving of their funds. Now think that YouTuber is actually you.
all of the YouTubers that I currently watch are making a fine living.
On merch.
Like,
Yeah.
Markiplier is freaking loaded. Game Grumps are doing pretty well.
Everybody else has Patreon.
I guess a
Yeah.
bunch of the LeftTube video essay YouTubers that
Mm.
I've started subscribing to could use a little help.
No, listen, they're representing the left wing, you gotta be poor to do that. Then you gotta be a real proper proletariat.
Yeah. I get
That's
that.
fair. And I'm doing my job of contributing to
Oh, God.
I'm doing my job of contributing to poverty.
Top 10.
Oh no, I just now realized that the sleeves of your hoodie are
Yeah, they're
Ripped.
pretty nasty. I just
Those-
decided I'd look like a hobo today.
No one can see it on the radio.
Yeah.
hey on the FM.
FM.
What does FM stand for, Connor?
I have no idea.
I was kind of setting you up for a punchline there, and you kind of failed me
That's
there.
because I kind of thought you were just gonna give me a straight answer. as
No,
you do.
I was setting you up for a punchline there.
Sam, I heard your wheezy laugh, and for a second I thought like somebody was starting to play music in the other room and just to drop it a fat beat.
What?
Like,
I have
Like-
a wheezy laugh because I have asthma.
well, now I feel bad.
I actually do. Anyway.
In any
Oh,
case,
boy.
dank memes.
The dankest
Um,
memes. We're gonna be talking about memes.
Yeah.
in
I
another-
too meme
We're gonna date
dankerously.
all of these episodes real
Ab-
hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would like to think that if you're talking about the history of memes,
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Welcome to Samuel Hanley's History of Memes. Today we
That's-
bring you Bad Luck Brian.
Oh boy.
It's an elder
See,
meme.
I would include Bad Luck Brian in a history of the meme podcast.
Because
Yeah.
that's. you
I don't know if he
pretty
would be the
influential.
starting point.
Yeah. Where did memes begin?
This is.
Guys,
I thought
guys,
we were saving this for
Yeah, I
another.
think we'll save this
guys,
for later.
memes began when one guy put a bison on a cave wall and another guy thought, huh, that's a pretty funny bison. I'll put it on my cave wall.
And the idea spread like wildfire through
Suddenly,
civilization.
everyone's like, "Wow, that's a pretty cool bison."
It's,
Meme
well,
review.
people, and then people started to like, as a joke, began to put variations on the bison. Like, oh, here's a bison, but it looks like Thog from Three Caves Down. Am I right? Because Thog acts like a bison.
Classic Thog.
Now I'm just thinking about Three Doors Down, but they're all cavemen.
Isn't that already what they...
I know so little about that band.
Yeah, actually, same. I know nothing about Three Doors
The
Down.
only
and thus
thing-
cannot really roast them.
The only thing that
Hey, Three Doors Down, the real roast is we have no idea who you are up top.
Got him.
The only thing that I know about them is that they were one of the few musical guests that actually agreed to play at Trump's inauguration.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not talking about them in a positive
Wait,
light.
bands play at presidential inauguration?
Apparently.
No, and that's a thing.
Because
yeah.
apparently for Donald Trump, the inauguration is also kind of the presidential Super Bowl.
Hey.
Has that always been a thing?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Who played for Obama?
I don't know, but I know Marilyn Monroe did some. No, she just sang JFK Happy Birthday
probably-
one time. I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably.
but they also had a fling, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but I don't think everyone who sings for the president, I don't think it's a
If you're
requirement.
JFK, it is.
Well, there you go.
Oh no. I don't know who sang for Obama. Probably like
but
Coldplay or
someone-
something.
What? Coldplay? Singing for Obama?
Man, that's...
I used to rule this world.
Except that
was when
Because
I
that's
Actually-
2008. That's when he
that
elected.
was back when they made good music.
Yeah.
Hey,
This
got
is
him.
my hot take on Coldplay.
No, dude, that's.
I don't-
I agree with you.
I don't understand what happened.
I haven't been keeping up with Coldplay.
2008, they're coming out with an album called Viva La Vida
yeah.
or Death and All His Friends,
Same.
and then a complimentary album called Prospects March. And then all of a sudden they're teaming up with the Chainsmokers.
Yeah, and
I want something just like this.
Hey guys, glad we're having some music band talk. That sure is my subject of knowledge.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. Which is also a song reference.
Strike on this
Well,
video.
oh man, now I have to, in retaliation, spend the rest of the podcast complaining about the Cryptid Wiki.
Oh, I'm actually down for some Cryptid Wiki memes.
We got time.
Yeah, I got time.
Hey,
I'm
Cryptid
gonna
Wiki.
lie down on the bed while Sam just talks about cryptids real quick.
Hey,
Have a
Cryptid Wiki.
seat.
Hey, Cryptid Wiki. Hey.
Why
Did
are-
you know fearsome critters are not cryptids? What?
Sam, why do you think that any of the people listening to this are going to be nearly as invested in the Cryptid Wiki as you are?
They don't have to be. I'm going to talk about it.
That's fair.
This is the internet. I am going to shout into the void. Hey,
Sam needed a platform for this.
I'm not stopping you by any means.
Okay.
This is
Hey.
Sam's ulterior motive for.
Hey, guys,
this
guys.
podcast.
This is Sam's Loudred.
Yeah.
guys, Cryptid Wiki, you guys have a tag for known hoaxes. It's the Fiji mermaid tag. I've seen it before. So why don't you tag fearsome critters with that? They're not cryptids. They're just hoaxes. They're lumberjack stories. This is not a mystery animal. There's no mystery here. We know they're fictional. They are most of them are biologically impossible. So why are you listing it on the? And if you are listing it on the Cryptid Wiki, why aren't you tagging it as a hoax? You've tagged it as a fearsome critter, so clearly you know. So why aren't you tagging it as a hoax? Also, why is Indrid cold on your wiki? That's
What?
a person. It's not an animal. It's not a mystery. Cryptid is a mystery animal. Why is Le Lion? Why are genies? Djinn? I don't know how to pronounce it. Jinn?
Ginny.
Why are demons? Why are demons on the Cryptid
I
Wiki?
dream of
That's
Jinn.
not a mystery animal. Cryptid Wiki. Cryptid Wiki. I can accept. I can accept how the comments include personal favorite of mine. Don't know what it is. Probably real. And other wishful thinking so prevalent in the comment section. But I cannot accept the Cryptid Wiki not knowing the definition of a cryptid.
You're talking about this as though you're talking to one specific person that runs the Cryptid Wiki.
Yeah,
you're
James Cryptid Wiki.
And you're talking to him as though he's like been your nemesis of 15 years.
He has been, trust me. No, like, okay, you want to gather the information on cryptids, that's great. I appreciate that as a resource. I like that. But here's a hot tip. Fearsome critters are hoaxes. Other hoaxes, don't belong, aren't cryptids. And you know what else isn't a cryptid? People. Urban legends. Those aren't cryptids. Just get it together, man. Just kidding. Frankly, I can't rag on the Fearsome Critters wiki because it's up for like 2 weeks and has like 3 articles. So, your time is coming.
Your time is coming. Is that a threat, Sam?
It is a threat.
All right, stay
No,
tuned.
Fearsome
on this
Critters
podcast for the
wiki.
Fearsome Critters rant.
Yeah, give it time.
Give
That
it
was
time.
a Fearsome Critters rant, but anyway.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah,
That
no,
was
that's,
breathtaking.
yeah, that was a beautiful moment. Now it's recorded for all of mankind to witness.
Forever.
Yes, forever. Somebody, this will be the one remaining thing of
Here-
culture from this time period.
One of the things I really want to figure out how to do for these podcasts is I want to because I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube, you can have like the visual little thingy,
Yeah.
like a thumbnail or something. But I want to figure out how to get the sound wave graphic.
Or what about the pipes one? The one with the pipes?
I don't know.
Like-
like a bar graph kind of thing.
Well, no, but it's like 3-dimensional.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
like the sound thing, but 3-dimensional.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, it's like
I
like
haven't seen it
pipes.
either, but I think
What, you haven't seen
Is
the
it just
pipes?
a weird mass of of tubes that
Yeah,
twitch?
yeah.
I feel like I might have seen that.
a mess of twitching tubes.
Hey, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to the mess of twitching tubes.
We're glad to have you here with us.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We welcome our
Denizens of the World Wide Web.
Our fan base would be referred to as all of the twitching tubes.
The twitching tubes. That's like the worst name for a fan base I've ever heard.
Thanks for listening, all you twitching tubes.
Hey, what's up, twitching tubes?
Oh no.
Oh, what if we call our fans Arlecchino playing squash?
So comes full circle.
I was gonna say haymakers.
Oh, that's not
Hey,
bad.
That's
That's
pretty
not
good. That's
bad.
a good
Yeah.
idea.
I like
Hey,
that.
Yeah.
No, I like
So
that.
that if you meet a fan and they
You
get...
punch them really hard.
No, I was gonna say that you just toss them, like you throw a haymaker.
Well, dude, do you know what a haymaker is?
It's a really hard punch.
Exactly, but it's specifically one where you kind of swing your arm like this,
Yeah.
going kind of a semicircle.
For all of our listeners at home to know, Sam was swinging his arm like this in a semicircle.
Like so, as
Like
you
so.
can.
Now, not vertically, horizontally,
See,
Yeah.
why didn't Thanos punch people more?
because he had literal magic.
But he had a big gauntlet to punch people with.
Yeah,
He punched the
but
Hulk.
its main function was to do the magic.
Yeah, but he could have punched people with
It's
it
not
too.
his fault that the blacksmith made it into a gauntlet.
I mean, it might be. He probably requested it.
I don't know if he was part of the design process.
No, what do you think? Thanos went up to the dwarf and he was like, "Hey man, do you think you could make me something to harness the Infinity Stones?"
I want a glove.
No, he was like, "Hey man, I want something to harness the Infinity Stones." And the dwarf was like, "What, a glove? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I've
That's fine.
been on a real glove kick recently.
Oh, yeah, look, do love me a glove, me Thanos. Yup."
Thanos used to sound just slightly like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah,
He's
well, he
changed
used
a
the
lot.
reality stone and the time stone to change that. Hey guys, it's
Understandably.
me, Thanos, and
It's me, Thanos, the World Destroyer here.
it's Thanos! Yay! It's the half of the Muppet Show! Yay!
It's the surviving half of the Muppet Show.
Oh no.
Man, dude, classic Muppets. There's some top tier entertainment right there.
Dude, even the slightly newer Muppet movies were pretty solid.
What, like the one with Sheldon?
Maybe.
I just remember that one being kind of okay.
I remember there being one that was like absolutely atrocious, but I don't remember which one it was.
Well, I think Dad really didn't like it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So we had a family movie night. This was like in what?
And I was like, "Hey man, I'd like new Muppet movie. I like the Muppets. Let's try a new Muppet movie. Let's see how that goes."
Mm-hmm.
And then we did.
And yeah, it was.
Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah, I was indifferent. It was just kind of okay.
I think when did this movie come out though? Is what my
I
question.
don't
Is it
know.
like 2011 or something, or 2008?
I don't know.
Because I remember seeing it and being like, why are we watching this?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it wasn't great. It was just kind of like.
But
oh,
then I
okay.
think there was one that came out afterwards that was. I didn't see it, but I seem to remember it seeming like it was actually better.
I just remember watching one of them here at the house with my roommates and being like there's some genuinely good bits in here.
I think we're probably thinking of different Muppet movies.
Probably.
Dude,
That's such a common problem in my life.
Thinking of different Muppet movies.
I
Yeah.
just
yeah.
I'm always thinking about the Muppets and I get the movies confused.
Dude, this is a Muppet movie bit, and I can't think of Presbyterians anymore without thinking of this bit.
What?
Now, listen to me. Okay, so
This is quite the setup.
it is. So there's this joke in the Muppet movie, the original Muppet movie, and Fozzie and Kermit are walking the land, traveling America,
Right.
you know,
As they do.
and they come across this Presbyterian church, and they're like, "Oh, hey, it's a Presbyterian church. Let's go inside it," or something. I don't remember. Point being, Kermit and Fozzie are gonna go into this Presbyterian church.
Right.
Okay?
That's what they're gonna do.
That's what they're gonna do. That's what's happening. And they go in and they find, is Dr. Tooth or Dr. Teeth?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Dr.
I don't.
Dr. Teeth?
I
I'm gonna
haven't
say
done
Dr.
very.
Teeth.
I don't.
You're
know.
not deep into the Muppets lore?
I'm not.
Well, according to canon.
I'm,
If you look at the canon.
if you look at this here canon,
Yeah.
you'll see that it's loaded.
It's deep Muppet lore.
Yep, so they find Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem just, rocking out inside this Presbyterian church, and it looks like it's being renovated. And Fozzie says, "They don't look like Presbyterians to me, Kermit." That's not what Fozzie sounds like.
Is that the end of the joke?
Well, that's pretty much it. But ever since then, I can't hear Presbyterian without thinking, "They don't look like Presbyterians to me, Kermit."
Wow. And
We
on that
did it.
bombshell, we've hit.
I
hit
apologize
44
to
minutes.
both of the Presbyterians in our audience.
If you're Presbyterian and you're listening, comment, and subscribe.
Ring the little bell.
Ring the dingle.
But anyway, yeah, that is the end for
The
today.
pilot episode.
That was the note we ended on. My story about Presbyterians.
Yeah.
It's a real banger. So we're going out with a bang here.
That's gonna be the hits.
Yeah.
making fun of me denomination.
Well, there you go.
We did it. We offended somebody with our podcast.
I angered the housemate.
Nice.
I did it. I've achieved peak comedy.
We
Got him.
did it.
Tune in next week when we discuss Loudred.
Yeah,
You know,
will discuss
probably.
Loudred, yeah, I was waiting to on this episode, but then it didn't sort of happen organically.
No, I don't think I didn't want to say. I didn't want to
Whip
blow
that out.
blow that resource.
But
on-
let's
Yeah,
leave
the
you with
first
this.
episode.
It's been a slice. Loudred is a good Pokemon. Emmett has terrible taste.
Objectively, no.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be a little bit more active on social media
Yeah.
nowadays.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeet. Yeet? Is that how the kids say it? Yeet?
And I'll be letting you know when the next episode is coming out.
Yeah.
Until then,
It's
I can't say we'll see you later because this is.
Until then.
We'll hear you later.
No, guys, I gotta
Until
go.
then, hit the hay.
No, guys, I got a good sign off. I gotta sign off. Well, everybody, it's been a slice.
You already used that one.
Yeah, I did.
It's time to hit the hay.
It's time to hit the hay.
Good night.
Good night.